Hello everyone. Today I am going to explain inventory valuation. So let's understand what is the meaning of inventory. Inventory, it is also known as stock or inventory. So in case of a manufacturer, stock comprises of raw material. It is also known as direct material, and second one, work in progress. It is also known as semi finished product, and third category is finished product. Now let me take an example. In case of a furniture manufacturer, raw material means wood, work in progress means unpolished furniture, and finished product means completed furniture. But in case of a trader, they have only finished product. Now in case of a business concern, stock or inventory valuation is very important. So there are two types of inventory valuation system. First one, perpetual inventory valuation system. Second one, periodic inventory valuation system. Periodic system. Perpetual, it is also known as continuous inventory valuation system. So under perpetual inventory valuation system, after every transaction we have to calculate the balance. But in case of periodic inventory valuation system, the name itself is based on periodic. So we have to fix a time period. It may be week, it may be a month or quarter. At the end of that time period, we have to calculate the value of inventory. So there are different methods of inventory valuation system. Today I am going to discuss two methods, that is first in first out and last in first out. First one, FIFO. The name itself, it is first in first out. So first in first out method is applicable in case of perishable goods. Perishable goods. For example, in case of milk product or vegetables, there we apply this first in first out. For example, we have in December 10th 2 kg of vegetable, and December 15 10 kg of vegetable, and December 16 5 kg of vegetable. So in case of a vegetable supplier, they have to issue the vegetable of this one first. After that they issue from this stock, then they have to issue from this stock because it is perishable in nature. Now second category of method of inventory valuation, that is LIFO. The name itself, it is last in first out. Last in first out. So last in first out method means those material purchased last, yeah, recent, we have to issue first. So it is applicable in case of fashion goods, a product. There they apply this method of last in first out, means recent stylish product they have to sell first. So let me consider an example of FIFO and LIFO method. Now from the following transaction we have to prepare a store's ledger account using FIFO and LIFO. So the information is given here. It is March 2 purchases. So this is the standard format of stores ledger account. So we have to give the heading stores ledger account, and in bracket if we follow first in first out, then we write it here FIFO, and if we follow last in first out, then we have to write it LIFO. Now first column it is date, second column receipt, third one issues, and the last one balance. So this is under perpetual inventory valuation system. Perpetual means continuous inventory valuation system. Here after every receipt and issues we have to calculate the balance. So in under receipt column there is quantity, rate, amount. Here in issues also quantity, rate, amount, and in balance also quantity, rate, amount. Now one more point we have to remember, receipt here means purchases and issue here means sale, or it may be interdepartmental transfer of material, means first purchase department purchase the material, then they have to keep it in the store, then they transfer the material from stores department to production department as per the requirement. Now first we have to enter the date. So according to this question, year 2020 is given. So first date is March 2. How many units we purchased? 300 units. Rate is equal to 3. So in order to calculate amount is equal to quantity, it is also known as units, multiplied by rate, it is also known as price. So here we have to write in this table 2020. First we write March 2, 300 units at the rate of 3. So amount is equal to quantity multiplied by rate, that is 300 into 3 is equal to 900. So after every transaction we have to calculate the balance. So in this particular date there is no issue. So the balance means at the end of the day how many units are available with us. That is 300 at the rate of 3. There is no issue. So the amount is equal to 900. After every transaction we have to draw a line. So this transaction according to this particular date is over. We have calculated the balance. Now after this next transaction 10th March. Again we have purchased 250 units at the rate of 2. Now we have to write it here March. Next date is 10. So we write it here March 10. How many units we have purchased? 250 units at the rate of 2, that is equal to 500. Now we have to remember one point. Earlier we have 300 units, so we have to carry forward this 300 at the rate of 3, that is equal to 900. We have purchased 250 units at the rate of 2, that is equal to 500. So we keep both the material separate. Now after this next transaction March 15. How many units we are issuing? 350 units. So here we write March 15. Here, how many units? 350 units. So we are following which method? First in, first out. First in, first out means those material purchased first we have to issue first. We have an order of 350 units. So there are two stocks are available. One is 300 and the second one 250. Which one is the first one? 300, because we are following first in, first out. Out of these two, this one is the first one. So we have to take 300 units from that stock at the rate of 3. Remaining 50 we have to take it from the next one, because we have an order of 350 units. Entire 350 units we have to issue, but we are following first in, first out. So here we have taken 300. Remaining 50 we take it from next stock, that is at the rate of 2. Now amount is equal to 300 into 3 is equal to 900. 50 into 2 is equal to 100. Now balance we have to calculate. So this 300 entirely completed, finished, and from here we have taken 50. Remaining is equal to 200 at the rate of 2, that is equal to 400. So after every transaction we have to calculate the balance. Next, after this, next transaction, 20th March. Again we are purchasing 100 units at the rate of 3.5. So we write it here. March 20. How many units? 100 units at the rate of 3.5. So amount is equal to 350. Now again we have to calculate balance. There is no issue under this date. So here already we have 200 units at the rate of 2 previous balance, and now we have purchased 100 units at the rate of 3.5, that is equal to 350. Now next transaction, next date. So we continue with the next slide. Here also we write receipt, issues, balance. Here also we write date, quantity, rate, amount, quantity, rate, amount. Here also quantity, rate, amount. So we write it here, FIFO method. So next transaction. Next transaction is we have to issue 250 units. So we are following first in, first out. Out of these stock, which one is the first one? This one. So entire 200 we take it from this stock. Remaining 50 units we have to take it from here. So we write it there in issues column. Here we have to write the date, that is equal to March, date March 25, 250 units. So we write it here, March 25, 200 we take it from the first one at the rate of 2, and remaining 50 we have to take it from the next one. From this 100 we have to take 50 units. So we write it here, 50 at the rate of 3.5. 200 into 2 is equal to 400. 50 into 3.5 is equal to 175. On this particular date, how much balance is remaining? This entire 200 units finished, and from 100 we have taken 50, and the remaining balance on this particular date is equal to 50 at the rate of 3.5, that is equal to 175. Next transaction according to the question. Next one, again we are purchasing on March 27. How much units? 250 units at the rate of 4. So we write it here, March 27, 250 units at the rate of 4 is equal to 1000. Now on this particular date already existing balance is 50 at the rate of 3.5, that is equal to 175, and we have purchased 250 units at the rate of 4 is equal to 1000. Now next transaction according to the question, last and final, that is March 29, we have to issue 200 units. Which method we are following? First in first out. So we write it here, March 29, how many units we have to issue? 200 units. So which one is the first one? 50 units. So from 50 we take the entire 50 units, 3.5, that is equal to 175. Remaining 150 we take it from this 250, so that is equal to 150 at the rate of 4, that is equal to 600. Now this 50 units finished, and from this 250 we have taken 150, so the remaining balance, that is equal to 100 at the rate of 4, that is equal to 400. Now after this table we have to write the answer, that is equal to value of closing stock, that is equal to 100 units at the rate of rupees 4, that is equal to rupees 400. This is the final answer under FIFO method. Means FIFO means those material purchased first we have to issue first, and we have to enter the transaction on date wise. Next method, LIFO. The same question we do it under LIFO method. Under LIFO method, what is the meaning? Those material purchased last we have to issue first. The same format we follow. This is the standard format of a stores ledger account. So we write it here. Stores ledger account, bracket we write it here. The method we are following, that is last in first out. So we write it here, date, here it is receipt, then issues, then balance. Now here we write quantity, rate, amount, here also quantity, rate, amount, here also quantity, rate, amount. One by one transaction date wise we have to enter. So we write it here, 2020 first transaction, March 2, purchases how many units? 300 units at the rate of 3. So we write it here, March 2, 300 units at the rate of, that is 3 is equal to 900. So balance is equal to 300 at the rate of 3, 900, because in this particular date there is no issue. After this, next transaction, again we are purchasing 250 units at the rate of 2. So here we write March 10, 250 units at the rate of 2 is equal to 500. Now again we have to write the balance, but we have to take the previous balance also. So already we have 300 units at the rate of 3, that is equal to 900. Now we have purchased 250 units at the rate of 2, that is equal to 500. Now next transaction, March 15, how many units we are issuing? 350 units. So we write it here, March 15, 350 units. Now which method we are following? Last in first out. Last in first out means those material purchased last means recent we have to issue first. So out of these two, which one is the last one? This one is the last one. But we have an order of 350 units. So from here we take 250 units at the rate of 2, and the remaining 100 we take it from this stock. So 100 at the rate of 3. So 250 into 2 is equal to 500. 100 into 3 is equal to 300. Now on this particular date, this stock finished, and from here we have taken 100, and the remaining balance here it is 200 at the rate of 3, that is equal to 600. Draw the line. Next, after this, next transaction according to the question, that is equal to March 20. How many units, how much units we are purchasing? 100 units at the rate of 3.5. So we write it here, March 20, 100 units at the rate of 3.5, that is equal to 350. Now after every transaction under perpetual system we have to calculate the balance. Here there is no issue. So already we have the balance of 200 units at the rate of 3, that is equal to 600. Now we have purchased 100 units at the rate of 3.5, 350. Now there are two stocks are available on this particular date. Now we have to continue with the question in the next page. So here also we have to write receipt, issues, balance. Now we write it here, quantity, rate, amount. Here also quantity, rate, amount. Here also quantity, rate, amount. Here also we write date. Now we continue with the question. Now on March 25th we have to issue how many units? 250 units. So we write it here, March 25, there is no purchase, we have to issue 250 units. So from where we issue, we are following which method? Last in first out. Those material purchased last we have to issue first. So out of these two, which one is the last one? This one. And from here we take how many units? 100. But we have an order of 250 units. The remaining 150 we take it from this stock. So we write it here, 100 at the rate of 3.5, that is equal to 350, and the remaining we have to take it from the next one, from here. So we write it there, 150 at the rate of 3, that is equal to 450. On this particular date, how much units are remaining with us? So 100 entirely finished, and from 200 we have taken 150, and the remaining stock is 50 at the rate of 3, that is equal to 600. 50 at the rate of 3, that is equal to 150. Now next transaction, March 27. We are purchasing 250 units at the rate of 4. So we write it here, March 27, 250 units at the rate of 4, that is equal to 1000. Now already we have a balance of 50 units at the rate of 3, that is equal to 150. We have purchased again 250 units at the rate of 4 is equal to 1000. Now we draw a line. Next, last and final transaction, March 29. How many units we have to issue? 200 units. So we write it here, March 29 units we have to issue 200 units. So we write it here, 200. Which one is the last one? We are following last in first out. Out of these two, this one is the last one. We have to issue 200 units. So we are getting entire 200 units from here. So we write it here 200 at the rate of 4, that is equal to 800. Now how many units are remaining? This stock as it is 50 at the rate of 3 is equal to 150, and from here we have taken 200, remaining is 50 at the rate of 4, that is equal to 200. Now after this we have to write the closing balance at the end of the table. So value of closing stock, so we write it here, value of closing stock under LIFO method, that is equal to 50 units at the rate of 3, 50 units at the rate of 3 is equal to rupees 150, and again one more 50 units at the rate of 4, that is equal to 50 units at the rate of rupees 4, that is equal to rupees 200. So total units is equal to 100 units, and total amount is equal to rupees 350. And there is one of the way to cross check the answer. If we do the same question under FIFO as well as LIFO method, units should be same, but according to the method the amount will change. So this is one of the way to cross check the answer. So what is the meaning of first in first out? Means those material purchased first we have to issue first under first in first out, and last in first out means those material purchased last we have to issue under last in first out. So this is the standard format of stores ledger account, whether it may be through FIFO method or LIFO method or weighted average method, we have to follow the same format. Thanks for watching the video.